Hello everyone, welcome to Dr. Rajkumar Academy. Welcome to the session on 31/12/2022. So the last paper of the year. So let's see what are all important in this. Most small savings plans to yield more in new quarter. PPF Sukanya rates static. See this. There is a basic concept in economy which you all need to understand. This is about savings. It is also about inflation and about investments. Now, public, like just a minute. Public save the public save the money. Now, let me say I have saved 1 lakh rupees. I have saved 1 lakh rupees recently. But due to inflation, due to inflation, what happened? The value of the money reduced. What is the meaning of inflation and value of money is? This is a very core concept to understand rest. So, if we consider, let me say there is a land. The value of the land is 1 lakh rupees. Fine. So now I have two choices. One, purchase the land or keep the money, keep the money in the bank. Fine. So if I purchase the land after 1 year, the land rate will be will be increased by 5%. If I keep it in bank, I will get 6% interest, right? So what will I choose? I'll keep it in the bank as of now because the returns for me from the banks are more, right? So now if there is inflation and if this became 15%, whereas the bank is still giving me 6%, so I will prefer to choose purchasing the land rather than purchasing or depositing it in the bank, right? So always the returns determine how much am I going to invest or how much am I going to spend. Now, what is value for money? What is the value of money decreasing with inflation? Now you see, uh, I have a car, guys. Fine. Now I want to buy a car. Car is worth 2 lakh rupees today. Fine. So with in 2 lakh rupees, I'm going to get the car. But due to inflation, all the products became costly, and the car value became 2.3 lakhs. Fine. Now I have 2 lakhs. Earlier, with my 2 lakhs, with my 2 lakhs, I was able to buy a car. But today, my 2 lakhs can't buy the car because the value of 2 lakhs has reduced. And due to inflation, the value of 2 lakhs is equal to 2.3 lakhs. So, whenever inflation is more, items become costly. For 100 rupees, I use it to purchase 5 kilos of rice and I used to feed my family. Due to inflation, rice became 22 rupees per kilo. So if I have to buy 5 kilos, then I need 110 rupees. So the value of 100 rupees to buy 5 kilos of rice has reduced. So the value of money reduces because it is not able to do purchases. So if I keep money in the bank, let me say I open a locker or I will keep money in my house as cash. Like, I'll just keep the money in cash. Today I have 10 lakh rupees at my home in cash form. And if I had invested in gold, if I had invested in some shares, I would have got 10 lakhs 50,000. But just I kept cash, so 10 lakhs is not giving me any additional income. And the value of 10 lakhs has also reduced because today 10 lakhs can buy one plot. After 1 year, 10 lakhs can't buy the same plot. And yesterday I was telling you that in India, savings of the people are extremely important for investments. Correct, guys? For investments, what is important? Savings. Now, if inflation is more, let us say inflation is 8%. Fine. Now, bank interest rate is 7%. So, what is the meaning of this? If I buy a land, I'll get 8% more money. But if I keep it in a bank, I get 7%. So no one is interested to keep it in the bank because you get just 7%. So at this time, what banks will do, they will tell, I will give you 9%. You keep money with me. If you keep money, my investment increases. Right? These are the things which we normally see, guys. Now you check this particular one in the newspaper. Most small saving plans to yield more in the new quarter. So government has increased the rates. 1 year deposit from 5.5 to 6.6. 5 year deposit 6.7 to 7. Senior citizens 7.6 to 8. National savings 6.8 to 7. Why? The main aim is, as inflation is more, people are not willing to keep their money with the bank. If I increase interest rate, people will be willing to keep that money. So that is the main ambition. I hope you understand this. Now, core sector output rises 5.4% in uneven recovery. What is this core sector and what is the benefit of this? See, in economy, we try to study about something called as core sectors. See, if I have iron and steel industry, around iron and steel industry, we normally observe automobile industries. Around automobile industries, we observe spare parts industries. Or if you have only automobile industries, around that you can have spare parts industries. If you have petroleum refinery, around that you can have pharmaceutical companies, chemical industries, right? So such industries which has the capacity to attract other industries and help economic development of overall region are called as core industries. They are called as core industries. Remember, the industries which has the capacity to support other industries are called core industries. Now, if output of core industry reduces, that means other industry demands are also reducing. If core industries output increases, let us say iron and steel industry is producing more steel, then more automobiles are produced, then more spare parts are produced, overall GDP will be more. So any time we try to observe how the core sectors are performing, based on that we get to know whether economy is moving towards some sort of progress or not. That's why those are mostly calculated. So guys, heavy rainfall events and heat waves to characterize climate change in future. There is a study being made recently, guys, and according to the study, they have come to the conclusion that future will be mostly about heavy rainfall events and heat waves. But this is not guaranteed because in Australia, for almost 4 years, there was droughts. So there can be similar situations where in India also droughts can be there because floods and droughts are alternative, and in some cities apart from heat waves, cold waves are also increasing. So these are all the things that we need to be careful about, guys. So now, guys, in the new evolving world, India needs a new vision. Guys, as the year is ending, he has just told whatever is happening in the world, guys. Nothing much, don't worry. Precipice of shame. So guys, it is about the drug policy. It is saying that Indian government should try to correct the measures rather than criticizing WHO or other countries for identifying the error, is what it is trying to tell. Back to verse, it is about Israel, guys. In Israel, there is a government headed by Netanyahu, and this person, what he normally does, this is Palestine territory. Slowly, he will send the Jews and control this region. Again, he will send the Jews, control this region. Slowly, he tries to control entire Palestinian region, and this is being criticized, and he is making the country to move towards ultra right wing is the issue. Yeah. So guys, there is a very significant event going on with respect to environment. Let me just tell you a series of events. Now, Western Ghats are called as biodiversity hotspots, guys. What are biodiversity hotspots? In any area, if you have greater than 0.5% of endemic species. Now, what is the meaning of endemic? Present only in that area. If anything is present only in a specific area, it is called endemic. So in biodiversity hotspots, it would be greater than 0.5%, right? Greater than 0.5% of endemic species, or at least it must have more than 1500 species. There must be more than 1500 endemic species or greater than 0.5% of endemic species across the world. So let us say in the world, if you have 100%, in that region it should be more than 0.5%. And this is the first case. The second is greater than 70% of the area must be threatened or damaged. Then it is called as biodiversity hotspots. Western Ghats is already damaged or threatened, guys. So a committee was set up called Madhav Gadgil Committee, and the committee told that in Western Ghats, one of the biggest fear is farming. And here people go for commercial farming. Since Western Ghats rainfall is more, but soil is not fertile, so people go for what? Commercial farming. And what happens? Let me say, this is a farmland. You have forest here, right? Slowly they will extend. Slowly they keep on extending. And when someone comes, they give money, manage, but the land increased. And every time whoever comes, he won't come and keep on counting how much land is taken. So what happened? Farming has started threatening the existence of Western Ghats. This was given by Gadgil Committee. From then, different committees have been set up and they are all trying to ensure that Western Ghats are protected. Now, in India, you have Wildlife Protection Act 1970. Under this, an area can be called as national park, an area can be called as wildlife sanctuary. Now, I have a region which is a national park. Around this region, farming, everything is being done. Slowly the farmers may encroach, or they can go in, get resources, everything. Correct? So let's say if you're closer to the forest, normally the problem will be more because they keep on entering into the forest regularly. So what governments normally do is, if you have a national park, you keep a buffer zone and then you keep villages. So what will happen? The villagers will come to buffer zone and they go back. They won't come till national park. So if a villager requires wood, he will get it from the buffer zone. If he needs a medicine, he will get it from a buffer zone. If he needs water, he will get it from a buffer zone. So there is no issue at all. So around national park, if you have a buffer zone, threat to national park reduces. That is the main intention. Now Supreme Court has told that around national parks, you should set up exclusive economic zones, guys, of how much 1 kilometer. Now this is being threatening the farmers because if I say 1 kilometer, then the entire farmland would come under whom? National park or buffer zone. And these farmers have to go out. But if they go out, they won't get land. So this is a constant fight between the farmers and the government. Kerala government supports farmers for voting purposes. Supreme Court supports environment. So we just need to check what is going to happen. That's other side of the sanctuary. Yeah. Okay, CJI has told that court should step up to clear long pending cases by Independence Day. They're aiming to ensure that, the issues are resolved. Modi inaugurates projects. Yeah. So this is important. They may ask you in prelims, not in UPSC, but other exams. Recently, which two countries signed mutual legal assistance treaty? India and Saudi Arabia, guys. It's very, very important because let me say there is a criminal of India in Saudi Arabia or a criminal of Saudi Arabia in India. We both can sit together and ensure that he's arrested and he's punished. Envoy praises probe into death of Russian nationals in Odisha. In a rare incident, the diplomat from Russia has said India is doing great job in identifying who it is. Opposition divided on remote voting missions for migrants, guys. So they are telling we will check and then we will confirm about it. So the issue of EVMs has again raised. Withdrawing PMGKAY a regressive step. It cuts the entitlement by half. Yes, they are withdrawing PMGKAY and they are bringing in National Food Security Act. In India, criticism will always be there whether you introduce or whether you remove. Self declaration important. NCW issues memo on sexual harassment. Nothing much. Yeah. Guys, Putin and Xi, they are trying to improve their relations with each other. China and Russia has met before New Year. They just want to show to the world that they are very, very powerful. So Russia and China are becoming one block now. When we say bipolar world, unipolar world, we normally mean to say how many powerful countries are there. Today, Russia and China together are forming a bloc. Yes, Aung San Suu Kyi is the democratic leader of Myanmar, and unfortunately, she is arrested and jail term of 7 more years is added to her. They add 26 years of prison time to her. So, like you know, this is a continuous process where the democratic leader will be arrested. So, guys, these are certain issues that were important. In economy, bank credit to service sector jumped 21.3%. So, services sector, the funds have increased or loans have increased, indicating that they are performing well. Services sector like housing and all, that means the demand for those products would also increase. Fine. So these are certain issues, guys. Advance happy new year, guys. Let this year get you the results that you expect. Thank you, guys.